Drums rise, voices clash. Laughter leaps and tumbles through the air. Shouts of traders, children running, coins clinking, energy spills in every direction. Hands reach for spices, baskets swap, and voices bark prices, sharp and quick. The air vibrates with movement, with life, with urgency. A stall springs to order. Spices are straightened, trinkets shine. Familiar faces nod and smile, greeted with charm and quick wit. Words flow easily, teasing, bargaining, laughing. 3 coins for this, too high, 2.5, and you will smile all day. Deal, deal. Eyes scan the crowd. One stands taller than the others. Eyes keen, posture deliberate, a plan forms. A strategy whispered silently to the mind. Confidence rises, a spark in the gaze. A voice calls boldly, louder than the chatter, brighter than the clatter. My family owns the ancient Sefu artifact. Heads tilt, eyebrows raise. Murmurs thread through the crowd, soft and sharp, curious and skeptical. Did she say artifact? Ancient? Yes. Unseen by anyone. Could it be true? All eyes linger a moment longer. Some pause mid-step, some smirk, amused by the audacity. Others narrow their eyes, suspicion prickling like tiny thorns. Far off, a figure watches, quiet still, calculating. Every gesture, every word noted, stored. Interest flares like a fire lit from a spark, slow and consuming. Whispers scatter, racing faster than the drums. Gossip threads through baskets and coins, through chatter and laughter. Rumors stretch like spider silk, catching attention far and wide. A smile spreads, subtle and victorious. Power hums in the chest, thrilling, intoxicating. Influence dances around every movement. Curiosity wraps itself like a cloak, warm and dangerous. And yet a flicker, brief and sharp, worries at the edge of thought. A shadow, almost invisible, of what might come if truth falls behind the lie. Quick exchanges flare between traders. Hands point, voices rise, words bite. Children squeal, echoing the tension in shrill, playful bursts. Rivalry and challenge swirl in every sentence. Drums beat faster, voices crescendo. Energy thickens, tight and bright. Every eye watches, every ear listens, every movement sharpens the stakes. And beneath it all, the spark ignites. Rumors and observation, audacity and curiosity, intertwining like threads in a tapestry. The tale begins. Trouble waits on the horizon, subtle and patient, ready to unfold. Spices are arranged with quick hands. Trinkets gleam under careful placement. Greetings fly across the crowd, warm and teasing, sharp and playful. Good morning, fresh cinnamon, sweet and strong. See these beads? Stories hidden in every thread. Whispers drift through the market. She speaks so easily, and her charm carries every word. Do you hear how clever she is? Eyes follow her movements. Heads nod in admiration. Some frown, suspicion brushing briefly over attention. Her reputation dances ahead of her, bending truth like light over water. A figure watches quietly from the edge. Every movement, every gesture, every word noted. Strengths measured, weaknesses catalogued. A subtle smirk forms a plan beginning to take shape, silent and patient. The bold claim slips into the open air. My family owns the ancient Sefu artifact. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Did she say artifact? Ancient? Unseen? Curiosity sparks in young and old alike. The market shifts, attention twisting like smoke toward the audacity of the statement. A friend approaches swiftly, eyes narrow, voice low but urgent. Be careful. Lies travel faster than truth. The warning presses a shadow in the brightness of the market. Quick laughter responds, clever and sharp. A story told well can dance like a drumbeat. No harm in a little rhythm. Confidence and charm ripple outward, carrying danger and delight together. An elder leans on a staff, silent but attentive. Eyes observe, nods subtle, proverbs whispered under breath, soft as wind through leaves. Wisdom drifts on the crowd, a reminder that words carry weight beyond the moment. The claim spreads. Voices rise and echo, passing from lips to ears to hands, exchanging coins. Traders chuckle, children chatter, and rumors weave themselves into the marketplace's energy. Opportunists edge closer, curiosity sharp, eyes calculating potential gain. Challenges rise from skeptics. Show proof, demands one. How can we believe such a tale? Quick thinking spins webs of explanation, clever and nimble. Every answer dances between charm and deception, balancing admiration and suspicion. Cultural threads surface in conversations. My grandmother spoke of the Sefu one, says, the festival approaches and stories grow with anticipation. Family customs tell of honesty. Yet cleverness wins attention, another murmurs. The marketplace hums with shared memory, ancestral echoes brushing every exchange. Private questioning pierces the chatter. Why risk so much for a lie? A friend presses softly. The response is smooth, confident, teasing. Admiration mixes with warning. Delight mingles with caution. Noise rises, hands trade. Drums beat faster. Laughter crescendos. Energy swells with tension. Rivalry coils in quick gestures, subtle challenges in raised brows and knowing smiles. Power flows in the audacity of the claim. Influence hums, intoxicating and sharp. And yet, beneath it, a flicker of unease prickles the mind, a whisper that truth may yet catch up. The market pulses, alive with suspense, each heartbeat a drum, each step a promise that the story is only beginning. Messengers arrive, faces polite, but eyes sharp. Words flow carefully, layered with subtle threats. The artifact cannot remain hidden, they say. Truth must be honored, one way or another. Coins, jingle, hands gesture, hints of expectation hover in the air. Pressure presses down like a drumbeat, steady and insistent. Questions rise in quick bursts. Do you know its secrets? Can it truly be yours? Every syllable tests courage, measures wit, and probes honesty. Responses spin between charm and caution, crafted to confuse yet impress. Whispers spread through the crowd. They come for her. What does he want? Murmurs snake through baskets and stalls, curiosity and doubt entwined. Eyes linger, villagers leaning closer, sensing hidden games. Stories grow with each telling. Details shift, embellishments layer over truth. Ancient carvings, hidden inscriptions, protective charms all whispered into existence to keep attention riveted. Allies and innocents drawn in, hands exchanging messages, children repeating words with wide eyes. Everyone becomes part of the unfolding web. Quick exchanges flare like sparks. Is it true? How can she know? Watch your steps. The story twists with every word. Fear, thrill, and cunning mingle. Responses spin with clever timing, laughter masking, tension, words dancing between truth and illusion. Challenges rise suddenly. Show proof, a voice calls sharply. Suspicion cutting through charm. Movement quickens. Coins shift, hands gesture. Words tumble in a rapid test of wit. Narrow escapes slip between statements, clever sidesteps, leaving observers impressed yet wary. Private confrontation burns quietly. Every lie leaves a trail. What happens when it catches you? Warning and fear echo in short, sharp bursts. Replies ripple with confidence. Deflection, a smile that tempts fate while testing loyalty. The market reacts. Eyes follow every gesture. Murmurs rise, growing louder, stretching like vines through the crowd. Vendors tilt heads, baskets jostle. Suspicion ripples across every interaction. The balance of power teeters on quick words and faster thinking. Twists thread through the chatter. The artifact is cursed. A rival murmurs, eyes gleaming. Fear threads through whispers. Joy and tension collide, stirring unrest in preparation for celebration. The festive rhythm frays as unease spreads. Anticipation sharp and biting. A hint surfaces from afar, quiet yet piercing. Words tease, barely audible but heavy with meaning. Every glance, every gesture reminds that the truth is known by unseen eyes. Anxiety pricks alongside thrill, each heartbeat a drumbeat of suspense. A plan forms, daring and dangerous. The artifact's unveiling will be staged. A careful performance to dazzle and distract. Warnings rise. One misstep, and all ends. The voice presses tension curling in the air. Confidence hardens into resolve. Steps are measured, hands steady, words sharp. Fear and excitement intertwine, fueling daring action. The stage is set. The story's turning point waits, ready to erupt, and every choice hums with consequence. Drums beat softly, weaving through the chatter of children and traders. Excitement shivers through the crowd. Anticipation hums in the air, sharp and bright, every eye turning toward the center. Steps move forward with measured confidence. A covered object held tightly, hands trembling slightly. Eyes flick toward the watcher across the crowd. Every heartbeat counts, every breath a drum echoing the tension. Whispers ripple outward. Could it be real? What stories will unfold? Heads tilt, curiosity sharp. Murmurs thread through baskets and coins, threading attention like fine silk across the villagers. Voices rise, probing and playful. Questions lace the air. Skepticism dances alongside hope. Doubt curls around every word. A teasing challenge floats. Are we sure this artifact is real? The question drifts, stirring uncertainty and eagerness alike. A warning threads in, softly, urgent, and sharp. The truth is stronger than lies. Words press like hands on a shoulder, pleading for honesty, guidance, restraint. Responses flow fast, words spinning in motion. Elaborate tales bloom, gestures broad and wild. Charm, masking fear, explanations twist and turn, deflecting scrutiny, pulling attention back toward fascination. Hands lift the cover, silence falls. Breath catches. Nothing lies beneath, only emptiness waiting for consequence. Gasps rise, short and sharp. Murmurs grow, anger sparking in quick bursts. How could you trick us? Trust is not so easily returned. A smirk spreads subtly, watching every falter, every hesitation. Calculated patience waits for reaction, knowing the weight of consequence is just beginning. Voices clash with indignation, sharp and heated. Accusation bites. Disappointment snaps in quick syllables. Words are arrows, aimed precisely, piercing the illusion spun so carefully. A challenge emerges, calm and steady, yet heavy with demand. Words cannot fix this. Prove yourself through action. The decree cuts through noise, a test of courage, of integrity, of character forged under scrutiny. Hands move with purpose, steps forward with resolve. Coins are returned, help offered, deeds performed with clear intent. Actions speak louder than words, measured, decisive, restoring fragments of trust. Eyes soften in slow approval. Some nod with respect, recognition glinting in gaze. Others remain wary, cautious, measuring every future interaction. Whispered relief drifts quiet and warm. Praise mixes with caution. You have taken the first steps, a voice murmurs, acknowledging effort and growth. Trust rebuilds slowly and carefully, woven anew through courage, honesty, and decisive action. The crowd breathes together, a rhythm of tension eased but lessons clear. The tale lingers, a drumbeat of warning, wisdom, and the cost of choices made boldly yet deceitfully. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by murmurs threading through the villagers. Eyes glance sharply, then quickly away. Every gaze weighs like a drumbeat, steady and insistent. She stands still, shoulders squared, heart hammering, feeling the full weight of exposure. Voices ripple outward, short and sharp. She fooled us all. Trust is broken. How could charm cover such deceit? Each phrase lands like a stone, rolling through the crowd, leaving tension and judgment in its wake. A flicker of realization sparks. Thoughts coil inward, untangling truths once ignored. Lying, once thrilling, now carries a cost. Charm without honesty is fragile. Admiration can crumble in a single moment. Understanding settles, quiet but firm. Steps approach, careful and measured. You can make it right. Step by step comes the voice, steady and cautious. The words feel like a hand reaching through shame, offering a path forward, guidance through the aftermath. Another voice follows, calm but commanding. Your courage is clear, but trust must be earned, not claimed. Respect threads through the warning, a challenge intertwined with acknowledgement. Every word weighs, balancing praise with responsibility. Eyes watch from all directions, some soft, some wary. Villagers observe actions, gestures, and small movements. Curiosity mixes with judgment. Every small choice ripples outward, shaping opinion in the collective eye. Murmurs rise in quiet conversation. Proverbs echo, a tree that bends with wind does not break. One who sows truth gathers respect. Lessons unfold in short phrases, the community reflecting on honesty, consequences, and integrity. Hands reach out subtly, gestures of apology or restitution offered. Coins returned, baskets carried, favors repaid. Each action threads a bridge between past mistakes and a renewed sense of responsibility. Steps move swiftly, hands active. Market tasks taken up without hesitation. Community events supported, voices joining in laughter and work. Each small act carries meaning, weaving integrity into deeds rather than words. Dialogue comes in short bursts. Step by step, you're making it right. Every choice builds the path forward. Growth is measured, gradual but visible in action, in persistence, in humility. Eyes lift in acknowledgement, nods, quiet smiles, gestures of acceptance. Some trust returns, cautious yet real. Recognition flows not from promises but from deeds repeated over time. Commitment deepens, choices deliberate. Actions outweigh words, integrity guides every move. Lessons internalized, the long-term value of honesty becomes clear. Each step forward is measured, deliberate, and true. A final note of wisdom threads softly through the air. Truth is a fire. It warms those who embrace it, but burns those who hide behind shadows. Reflection settles over the community, a drumbeat of learning, vigilance, and moral growth. The cycle of tale and teaching concludes, leaving hearts thoughtful, eyes observant, and hands ready to act with integrity. A quiet settles over the villagers, but it is alive with attention. She steps forward, voice clear and unwavering. A lie may shine brightly for a moment, but the truth lasts forever. Heads nod slowly, murmurs ripple through the crowd. Short phrases, sharp and approving. Yes, it is so. Wisdom speaks. Honesty lasts longer than charm. Eyes meet hers, curiosity and respect, mingling in the glances. A deep resolve forms within. Silent and firm, the choice settles. Future actions will carry honesty. No shortcuts, no clever deflections. Every decision will be measured, weighed, and true. From the edge of the gathering, wisdom flows with quiet authority. Deceit leaves shadows, but integrity lights the way. The words land, heavy and bright, threading through every listener. Understanding spreads. Heads lift. Hands rest lightly on chests. Hearts taking note. Villagers exchange approving looks. Conversations are brief but meaningful. We must watch our own paths, one whispers. Truth guides the community, another affirms. The moral echoes, not only in one voice, but in the collective heartbeat of the village. Proverbs rise, woven into short sayings. A river that hides no stones runs deep and clear. Trust is a seed. Only water it with honesty and it will grow strong. Every phrase threads tradition into the lesson, connecting personal choice to communal wisdom. Soft drums begin, gentle but steady, accompanying murmurs of laughter and nods. A song starts, voices layering in a shared chant. Each note reinforces the lesson learned, a communal heartbeat vibrating through the crowd. A glance exchanged words brief and full of meaning. We are stronger when truth guides us, a voice says. A simple acknowledgement, a promise carried between friends. Eyes watch with new respect. Subtle nods, quiet smiles, small gestures of recognition from those who once doubted. The lesson is seen, acknowledged, absorbed. She steps into the circle of celebration, moving with purpose. Hands join in tasks, helping where needed, giving where possible. Each action, a declaration of changed heart, an act of repaired trust. A token is placed with care, a small symbolic offering to the community. A gesture ancient and understood, marking the completion of a journey and the beginning of renewed bonds. A final thought threads softly through the air. Truth guides the strong. Honesty builds respect, and every choice shapes the path forward. The crowd breathes together, laughter, song, and soft drumming mingling. A moment of shared understanding, lessons learned, and hearts aligned with integrity.